Here we're walking along the edge of the prairie, and what do we see? We see a small onion. This is also called leek, Canada leek, and usually they don't have much in the way of flowers, but there's a lot of variation. They do have live bulbs up in the flower head. You can barely see them on some of these, and on some of them, on most of them, that's all they ever do. They make all these little bulbils, as they're called, little bulbs, and those get scattered. And this is one that happens to be particularly attractive in flower, and there are some variety. They are in the onion family, are alliums, and allium canadense variety mobile, I think. I'd have to look that up to be certain. But anyway, it's a beaut, and it's a pretty, as pretty a wild leek as I have seen in a long time. And I need to mark this and maybe later on dig a few bulbs. I think that's worth it. So bulbs in the prairie. Most of the bulbs in the prairie bloom very early because they're short plants. Like the prairie hyacinth, for instance, is only half the height. And so it blooms very early. It's long gone. And there are numerous other small bulb plants like gold star grass and the tiny little iris type Scissorincium blue-eyed grasses. They have narrow foliage, so they're called the grasses for some reason, which they're not. This too has very narrow leaves, as many onions do. And of course this has a very strong onion smell to it when you crush it. And I can remember decades ago, an employee that worked for our nursery for over 20 years, quite a bit older than I was at that time. We would be out on a landscape job and he'd find these, and he would actually dig them out, clean them off, and put them on a sandwich. So it's a bona fide good onion, and no doubt it was heavily used by Native American for flavoring. Makes sense. Worth researching, but it makes sense. So bulb plants early in the season mostly, and this would be a summer representative, Allium canadense wild leek. Beautiful.